What's up, everyone? I'm Megan with Vigilante Vibes, and today I want to go over my ranking of the Marvel Cinematic Universe movies in Phase One. We all remember the excitement we got with each and every movie release of Phase One. Such a simple time. We were so young. Now look at us all in Phase 5, older, with back pain we can't quite explain, but that's neither here nor there. Before we start, I want to say I did enjoy each and every one of these movies, but some I just enjoyed more than the others, and I did have my little quirks with a couple of them, but we'll go over it. So jumping into the MCU Phase 1 movies, I'll start from what I think was the worst or the least liked to the best, starting at the very bottom, Iron Man 2. We all know the concept of Iron Man 2. Tony Stark is being poisoned by the palladium core of the arc reactor. Pepper Potts is appointed CEO of Stark Industries. We get Justin Hammer, which I loved his character. I like when there's a character you love to hate, and that was Justin Hammer. Ivan Vanko, Rhodey, all that good stuff. But I felt this movie was more of a downer for me. While this is the movie we did get the Black Widow in, which I love, it still didn't land for me. Also, super hot take. Don't come at me. Or do. I don't really care. I think Terrence Howard was a better Rhodey than Don Cheadle, and that's mostly because I think he had the better chemistry with RDJ. I thought they went better together. What can you do? I know the drama about the payments behind the scenes. That doesn't change my opinion. Moving on, the second to last on my ranking is The Incredible Hulk. While I can't deny this movie has its exciting moments, I just never have been a Hulk superfan. He's cool, gotta give respect to him, but he's just never been my thing. But I will say I do prefer Edward Norton as the Hulk rather than Mark Ruffalo, but we'll get into that a little later. I look forward to seeing some of these characters again in a Captain America Brave New World movie. I just hope they're used really well, so where the Captain America movie isn't mostly a Hulk movie. I guess Marvel's way of getting out of them not being able to make a Hulk movie, but I won't know till I watch. Next on my list is Captain America, the First Avenger. While I am a sucker for an origin story, I do appreciate how well they handled Steve Rogers. I did find it somewhat lackluster, but I still enjoyed it. We got Cap, we got Agent Carter, Red Skull, and of course Bucky, who doesn't realize that we're meant to be together yet, but when he does, y'all will be the first to know. Just above Captain America on that list, we have Thor, the God of Thunder. I always enjoyed Thor as a character in the comics, and I think Chris Hemsworth is phenomenal in the role. Also, Tom Hiddleston as Loki is inspired. I do find it wild that Hiddleston originally auditioned for Thor, and while he's an extraordinarily talented actor, Loki suits him like a glove. No one can deny this. Also, we got the Warriors 3, Lady Sif, Odin, Jane, Darcy. So many characters that were brought in from the comics, except Darcy, who was not originally in the comics, but she is now, and you can check her out in Steve Orlando's new Scarlet Witch run, which I cannot recommend enough. It is just so good. But I also don't like Natalie Portman as Jane. It's just, I don't know. I don't think her and Chris Hemsworth have that chemistry, and that's always kind of grinded my gears a little bit, but I'm not the professional hiring guy. Whatever. Moving on from the God of Thunder, we have The Avengers in second place. The Avengers was somewhat groundbreaking for me as someone who's loved some of these characters since I was younger. Seeing them all work together and play off each other was fabulous. Plus them, Nick Fury, Agent Hill, Loki, all flawlessly done. This was also the first time we saw Mark Ruffalo as Bruce Banner, and it just did not hit for me. Maybe it's because I've seen him mostly in rom-coms and I can't quite take him seriously as Bruce Banner, or the Hulk for that matter. Or it's because I found him to be a little too self-obsessed in the movie. Maybe, I don't know. But it didn't take away from the overall movie for me. I connected with this movie on every level, and I'm pretty sure it's the Marvel movie I have watched the most. It is definitely the one I watched the most in theaters. I can say I watched it 4 times, and I loved every little bit of it. Leading to my top-ranked movie of the MCU's Phase One is Iron Man. If I said it once, I've said it a million times. This movie is the closest you can possibly get to a perfect movie. No one can change my mind about that. The fact that the studio was apprehensive about whether or not this movie was going to be successful is something that will never not take me by surprise. RDJ as Iron Man is a role made in heaven. Plus, Terrence Howard as Rhodey was everything to me, and I'll never stop saying that, and I'm sick of people pretending he didn't do a good job. I thought he did fantastic. And with given all the drama behind the scenes, we're never going to see that again. Unless it's a multiversal thing, which, I mean, I'm not a big multiverse fan in the MCU itself, but I wouldn't mind that. I'd like that, actually. But Don Cheadle does well in the role, but I do think there are other roles that he could have excelled in. But then it's like, will I ever get to see him in a role that I prefer him in? Will I ever get to see him like grow into the role of Rhodey? Because who knows what's happening with Armor Wars? Things are not looking good for that, but maybe time will tell. So this concludes my Phase 1 ranking. Did you agree? Did you disagree? Do you think I'm crazy? It's all cool. I'd love to hear your rankings. Let me know yours, and I'll read some of the comments on my next ranking video, which will obviously be about Phase 2. While I have you, hit that subscribe button wherever you're listening or watching, and join me as I go through the Marvel Universe. Thanks for listening to the new and improved Vigilante Vibes. As always, I appreciate all of your support. You can find Vigilante Vibes everywhere just by searching for Vigilante Vibes. We're on Facebook, Threads, Instagram, maybe Twitter for not much longer. I don't know yet. I'm going through a thing. We're on Blue Sky, YouTube, Apple, Spotify. Just look for the name and send me a message. Tell me your thoughts. As always, I appreciate all of your support. Have a marvelous day, Vigilantes.